The making of EA Sports NCAA Football 13, presented by Dove Men Plus Care.
The EA Sports team has their own field generals. With several former college football players on staff, EA draws on their experience to authenticate the game. Former University of Florida quarterback Larry Rehart is using his expertise to develop a new passing system.
And action. Okay.
I was fortunate enough to be a member of the Florida Gators 1996 National Championship team. I learned a lot from Coach Spurrier.
With the new passing game, it's really about, the quarterback. I mean, ESPN spent a whole year talking about the year of the quarterback, right? So with that, it comes in a lot of different ways of how that passing game unfolds.
We wanted to give the user the ability to throw different types of passes. Like boom, like that. That's all it is.
Using a process called motion capture, or mocap for short, thousands of animations are generated to replicate real player movements.
The first thing we do is we sit down, come up with whatever features we're going to have for the game that year, sit down and break down what motions we need to support that feature. And we make a big list. It has a breakdown of like every type of motion we want for like QB drops, how many steps and different angles.
You hear announcers talk about throwing receivers open. Same mechanic we've had in the past, but we kind of revamped it. So now you can throw to open areas of the field. You can throw a receiver open.
If you can see a little soft spot in the zone and you know exactly where you want to throw the ball, maybe break off his route a little bit to go to the soft spot in the zone where there's nobody at that you saw.
Another big change is with the pass trajectories.
The trajectory will actually be defined as actually at the release point. So from the animation point, we have a release point, and in code is where we define the strength.
The way a user can change the trajectory is just simply by how hard and how long he holds onto the pass icon. So if you tap it, it's going to be a lob. So now it's just a nice little drop shot like that, so you can catch it in stride and get upfield. If you hold it all the way through his animation, it'll be a bullet pass. Nope. Bullet. But if you release it as he's getting about midpoint, it'll be what we call a medium or a touch pass. A little bit more, and those are the type of balls that you'll be able to throw this year, like to drop it in over a linebacker and just out of his reach. This could be interesting. Ah! It looks a lot better in game. Touchdown.
3-step, 5-step, 7-step drops.
We added over 20 new drop back animations.
1-step drops for those bubble screens. Screen drops where the quarterback will drop back and then kind of just drift off as he waits for the rush to come in to drop it over them for a screen pass.
So the idea is to let the quarterback auto drop, and then that'll help the users with the timing, and so they can kind of realize when the correct time is to throw on these certain types of routes.
It's all those level of details that, we as former college football players, we see that level of detail, and that's what we want to deliver to our game players.
So it'd be awesome if we had a field, EA execs, to be able to go out and throw at. Yeah! Yeah! That was terrible.
That was awful. That's kind of bad. Let's go back to work. This is so bad.
Yeah, let's just
man.
go make video games.
All that and more on the making of EA Sports NCAA Football 13, presented by Dove Men Plus Care.